Ah, there we go.
Hi.
Hello, welcome finally. Sorry about that. I had to
Oh, no
faff
problem.
around.
No problem at all. Thank you.
So would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your store and show us around?
Sure, absolutely. My name is Emily. I own Attitude Dance Boutique in College Station, Texas, home of Texas A&M University. I've been open since 2011, so going on almost 9 years. It was June of 2011 that I opened. We didn't have a full service dance store here in our college town, so my background is in retail and retail
Uh-huh.
management. So I decided to take on the challenge after a lot of encouragement from my husband, and I started the store in 2011 and haven't looked back since. It's been a lot of fun.
Fabulous.
Yeah,
Would you like to show us around a little bit
sure.
and talk
Yeah,
about what you've got there?
absolutely. I'm going to flip it around.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to go to the front here. All right, so we're currently closed because we actually just opened yesterday here in Texas after
Uh-huh.
being closed since the middle of March. So I was standing at our front door. We have some wonderful displays over here. We have all of
Nice.
our leotards done by, like, all the black leotards organized together by size. The
Uh-huh.
face outs right there are our newer arrivals. So that's where we focus our new items. And then we have some adult bodywear, bra tops. All of our colors of leotards are here on their own fixture, done by size, so that the girls can look for their favorite color and their size.
Mm-hmm.
Over here to the right, we actually right now have a hand sanitizing and cleaning station just to be
Perfect.
socially careful and aware of our customers. Have this great assortment of vintage ballet prints that I've found
Oh,
over
they
the
are
years.
really adorable.
Thank you. I love
Ah,
thrifting and I love vintage. So
me
I've,
too. I'm a big
oh,
vintage fan also.
you need to come to the States and we need to go thrifting sometime.
Yeah, I came to Texas last year actually.
Oh,
I went
nice.
to Austin, Dallas, and Houston.
Well, I'm about an hour and a half from Houston. So next time you come to Texas, you'll
Ah,
have to swing through here. Um,
yeah.
these are our little girl tutu dresses. Lots of different colors. Obviously, the black and the pink are popular, but we have some lavender and hot pink in there too. Have some
Nice.
displays up top, some great skirts. And if you notice, Leanne, you love vintage. I love to use vintage pieces to help with my display. I love to repurpose
Yeah,
things.
that's a
Those are
really
old.
good
Yeah,
way of catching the eye as well because it's
yeah,
nice to mix the old and the new together.
yes. So those are old sewing machine drawers, believe it or not, and they're just
Ah,
stacked
that's so
up.
cool.
Yeah, thank you. So I love to use, like, over here, I have an old shelf that I've repurposed with like an old shutter behind it.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's
So here's
amazing.
some more face outs of girls body wear. Again,
Uh-huh.
these are our newer styles that we like to highlight as they come in. And again, here are colored leotards for young ladies with some bra tops and shorts at the bottom. And again, here's a vintage pop for you. That's an old wire dress form. So we love to use that. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
nice.
And then we
It's
go
nice
over
to
to,
have quirks.
as what?
It's nice to have quirky items because
Yes,
it really
yes.
makes you stand out.
Yes, it does. I love it. And again, some vintage display pieces and our highlight wall that we use for new products, again, as they come in.
Ooh.
Those go there. And then we have girls black and pink leotards here on this fixture for
Uh-huh.
those dress code girls that have the black and pink. We flip around here real fast. This is just some of our basic leggings. And again, some old pictures and our two dressing rooms. My husband
Cool.
actually made the hangers for where you
Oh,
put your clothes. They're
yes.
old sewing spools,
Oh,
and
that's
made out of an
amazing.
old door. Also, yeah.
So
So
sweet. I love
there we
it.
go. There's the mirror. One other fun thing that we do here at Attitude Dance Boutique is we have these full-size 8-foot tall rulers, and the girls can sign them
Ah.
as they come in. And it's great because if you see,
Oh,
you've got the
yes, I
measurement,
see.
and it's helpful for the girls or the moms who don't know how tall they are, and they can help figure out their tight size, because that's based on height a lot of the time. So,
What a
and
great
this,
idea.
yeah, this is our shoe area. We actually just revamped this last week. So right now we're very
Uh-huh.
socially distant with just stools there. However, I do have benches coming for either side of this floor area, and our bar is going up whenever the benches come in. So that's that, and I made that
Nice.
cute
What's
little
this up here?
flag of
Let's
ballet
see.
shoes.
Oh, that is adorable.
Thank you. Thank
Oh my
you.
God, it's so cute.
Thank you. And then we'll swing back to this side of the store again. Some more vintage
Yep.
details. This is our small gymnastics section. We don't want to forget those girls.
No,
And then we
no,
have
of
some
course.
gift items. And then here's our
Oh,
front counter that my husband made out of an old door.
oh
So he made
wow.
that out of an old door, and it was fabulous. I found it was pink and everything. So he
Cool.
made that out of an old door for me. And we have our tights behind the counter. And that's it.
Nice. Love it.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun in here. I enjoy using different materials to display and to decorate. And obviously, I love vintage. So I like to incorporate those in here too.
Yeah, it's really nice to some stores are very like just fully modern, which is cool,
Oh,
but
yeah, absolutely.
it's nice when you can collaborate some of your own interests and styles into the look of your store. I think it also makes people remember your store more. So
Right.
like, you'll always have that memory of going to that place because they had this, or
Right.
that's a really good thing to do, I think, personally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so with regards to the kind of dancers that you have come to your store, do you have like everyone from like beginner to professional level, or?
Not professional, pre-professional. We have the babies all the way through the advanced girls that are in pre-professional programs here.
Mm-hmm.
Texas A&M University also has a dance program, and some
Uh-huh.
of their dancers shop with us. But I like to have as much that I can, obviously high quality, well-fitting, great designs. We do a lot of competition teams, a lot of
Oh
ballet,
yes.
a lot of jazz, contemporary. Here in Texas, drill teams, like school drill teams, are very big. And
Ah.
so like dancing, Friday nights at halftime on the football field. I was
Oh
actually
yeah,
working
yeah.
with a drill team yesterday and today.
Ah,
Even though
that's
the
cool.
schools are closed, they're looking ahead for next year. And we've been
Nice
working
one.
on some custom uniforms for them. And so it's a lot of fun. I like to work with a large variety of dancers.
Fabulous. So where your store is located, is it easy to park, easy to get to?
Yes.
What's it like in the area that you're in?
Yeah, so our shopping center is a smaller, older shopping center, which I love. Obviously, I love older and classic styling. We have
Uh-huh.
a couple of restaurants and smaller businesses, mom and pop shops. There's a frame shop next door and a hair salon on the other side of me. There's a real estate office, a musical instrument store, so like violins and sheet music and pianos. And so it's a really nice eclectic mix of mom and pop shops over here. And
Cool.
we're just down the street from Texas A&M. Obviously, I've said that a couple times, but that's a big thing here in College Station,
Uh-huh.
Texas. So I'm on the main street that actually divides the two towns.
Yeah.
Like Minneapolis and St. Paul are two cities next to each other.
Uh-huh.
Bryan and College Station here are two towns or larger towns split in the middle by University Drive. And that's what street I'm on, is University Drive, right in the middle of town.
Cool.
Yeah.
Um, Let me just look at my notes. Sorry, my notes were all over the place.
Sure, no problem.
So, during lockdown, have you guys been selling online on your website? Have you been doing any curbside pickups during that time?
Yes, we actually elected to close before we were mandated to be closed by our county and then our governor. The last full day that we were open, I noticed that customers, although they were pleasant and so kind, I could tell that there was a sense of nervousness in the air from everyone. And that's when we were being told that we really needed to slow the spread of COVID-19. And I felt like I personally wanted to close so that we weren't one more stop while people might be out, running errands.
Mm-hmm.
So I elected to close. I think that was March 18th I think that's when it was. And then our county mandated closure of non-essential businesses a few days later. But we were able to offer porch delivery and curbside pickup at first, and then we had to stop that. And then we actually were able to resume curbside pickup a week and a half ago. But we do ship from our website, attitudedanceboutique.com. So we've got tons of fun things on there that we actually had orders, a lot of local orders. So we're very thankful for those. But we had some from out of our area as well. So I was happy to help people from Texas as well as beyond.
Perfect.
Very helpful.
So regards to point shoe fitting, do you guys do a lot of that?
I just started carrying point shoes about a year ago, almost a year ago, exactly. And I didn't take it lightly. I didn't want to rush into anything because I'm a drill team dancer. I was on drill team in school, so I never took ballet. I have 4 daughters who have all taken ballet. Some are still taking ballet, my younger 2. And I didn't want to rush into anything. Because I take point fittings very seriously. I mean, I don't want anyone to get injured or fit incorrectly.
Of course.
So I actually trained in point shoe fittings for about 4 years before I actually started carrying the point shoe, the different point shoes and the different lines, and started fitting. And it's been a great rewarding experience, you know, when girls find the shoe. And I know their feet, you know, change and grow and morph into stronger and wider and everything. But it's just been such a great, rewarding experience for me. The happiness that comes with your first pair of point shoes.
Absolutely.
Or the happiness of a new style or brand that works better for you. It's just been such a great experience for me as a fitter and as a business owner.
Yeah, it's really good that, you know, you didn't rush into it. I think sometimes what happens is dance stores open up and because of course point shoes are a big deal and they are something where people go to a dance store for, you know, they think, oh, I must stock them. And sometimes they don't educate themselves enough about it and they rush to do it. And that's when, you know, we start to get problems because, you know, if you rush into it and you don't have as much knowledge as you could need, and, you know, you start to do things incorrectly or give people not the kind of experience they require, then of course people are going to remember that. So it's better to just take your time with it, I think, personally. I don't think that dance stores should necessarily rush into that. So it's really good that you took your time with that. And I'm sure that your customers appreciate that because they know that you didn't just be like, right, I've got a dance store, let's do point shoe fittings.
Yeah, I take it very seriously. And our customers, you know, they've become friends over the years, and I've become friends with the moms and the girls. Some of them, you know, are friends with my daughters and have danced with them in our local civic ballet annual Nutcracker production. And so just the friendships that I've made here, I mean, obviously I care about all of my customers, whether I know them well or not. But they come to me because they trust me, and I hope that I give them a really safe, wonderful space, a fun experience. And I don't take any of that lightly. So I really wanted to take care of them because they have become friends over the years.
Sorry, I was just writing to a comment on the Grishko World Instagram. So basically, with the double stream thing, I have the laptop to the side of me and I'm reading the comments of that one. And the problem with doing this double stream is I can't remove people from the stream that are chatting weird stuff. Like someone's quoting Bible quotes for some reason, and I can't remove them. Oh, wow. And then I can't do a pin for what the topic is about because I'm doing it for the browser, which Instagram doesn't have that option. But anyway, it's still cool because you know, there are people over there that are interested in the stream, obviously. Well, so obviously you don't have any Nikolay point shoes just yet.
Not yet. Actually, I have some samples that Peter sent me. If you have any questions
about them, I'm happy to help you out. And even after this stream, you're welcome to message me anytime you like, and I'll give you some heads up on, you know, what would be great to stock and shank strengths and sizing and how they fit and everything like that. Yeah.
Thank you for that. I probably will take you up on that offer. I do have 2 pairs of your point shoes here in the store that Peter sent me as samples right before we were shut down.
Yeah.
the two styles that I am looking at as being the most beneficial to rounding out my point shoe inventory is the Smart Point. So I have a pair of Smart Points, and I also have the 3007s. And I've also been talking to some of our local ballet teachers, point teachers, and they've expressed some interest in the Maya.
Yes, Maya 1 is one of my personal favorites.
Yeah. So as we get it, I had an order in my cart actually, maybe a few days or a week before we closed, and maybe I should have ordered it at that point, although I wouldn't have been able to fit anyone while we've been closed. But I do anticipate bringing your shoes in very soon, because we are having our first batch of, when the studios resume classes around June 1st. Our governor actually just had an announcement on Monday that our health clubs and fitness clubs and gyms, which our dance studios fall into that, they can reopen with limited occupancy on May 18th. So,
nice.
Yeah. So, I mean,
That's good news.
They're all going to have smaller class sizes, obviously, and maintain the social distancing measures that are recommended. But it's a good start for our kids to get dancing in the studios again soon. And every studio has their own plan that they're putting into place.
Of course.
And I love that, because one size does not fit all, so to speak.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. And so I'm encouraged and excited about in-studio classes happening again, and that's starting to roll out as of May 18th.
So just feeling those shoes in your hands, the Smart Point and 3007, what were your initial kind of thoughts on the touch and the way they're constructed? Like, what were your personal thoughts without even having the opportunity to fit them just yet? Well, it's always interesting to get someone's opinion.
Yeah. No, I love the shoes themselves. I obviously I do a lot of first timers, a lot of beginners. So I do like the platform sizes and shapes. That's of interest to me. I do like how sleek they are through the heel. I can't wait to put them on. My youngest daughter is 10, and she is dying to go on point, but she is not old enough or developed enough to do it. And she actually saw these shoes when they first came in, and she begged me, "Can I please just try them on? Can I please try them on?" So I let her slip her foot in. It was not the right size or width, but I let her slip her foot in, and she was ecstatic. She was so excited. So she has a couple of years to go. She's almost 11, so she has a couple of years to go, because her feet are not nearly grown enough, growth plate wise, to be safe. But she was so excited, and I'm excited and eager to get the shoes here and start working with them with my dancers. I'm really excited about that. I got to work with, I got to actually see about 16 of our local dancers over the weekend. We did a very impromptu project where we did a socially distant photo shoot. We do a weekly picture on Instagram called To Tuesday. I think a lot of dance retailers and dance companies do it. But I had the brainstorm while we've been closed. Obviously, that's when you're getting creative juices flowing and thinking about ideas and whatnot. And I said, I really want to do something to focus on our local dancers. And so I reached out to a friend who's a local photographer and also a customer of mine. And I told her about my idea. And I said, do you have any pictures that you've taken of any girls that we could use? And she said she had a couple. And I said, well, how many different studios do you have represented? Because I really wanted to, use the pictures to highlight everyone. And especially our studios right now, because, the studios not being able to be open, I feel like they've, they don't have a light at the end of the tunnel. Or at that time they didn't. Now they do, but they didn't quite have a light at the end of the tunnel. So she was kind enough, Shannon Morton Photos, so y'all go follow her. She's awesome. She donated her time on Sunday, and she created a photo shoot where we were all socially distant. The girls were highlighted, and I think she emailed me, she had over 70 images of 16 different local dancers. And we actually invited their teachers to come too, and to help them pose from the side quite a bit.
I get you.
It was just such a lovely experience, and everyone was so happy to see each other. And the teachers, it was the first time they had the chance to see their dancers. And no one
Yeah.
hugged. I mean, they all were like distant, like, oh, marshmallow hugs, and we're so
Ah,
far. But it was just so lovely. And I
I
can't wait
bet.
to see all of the dancers here in the store as we're able to have more people in. It's been a great experience, ideas and community coming together. And this week we've actually been highlighting those teachers because it's Teacher Appreciation Week here in the States.
Oh, okay.
And
Uh-huh.
so if you check out our Instagram feed, I've been taking pictures that we took the other day and highlighting the studio owners and teachers to thank them and to keep them going, because we want to really keep them motivated and keep them
Hmm.
encouraged and let them know that we appreciate.
Absolutely.
Because I think they're working 10 times harder, just like you are and I am.
Yeah,
We feel
I
like we're working
agree.
10 times harder because every time I log on to Instagram, I see you. So I know you're working all the time.
I live on Instagram.
I figured.
And do you know what's hilarious is I actually dream about point shoes and about streaming, and I wake up talking about it. Like,
That means it's a passion of yours. That
oh,
means it's a passion.
definitely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I was a French minor in college,
Uh-huh.
and I remember going to French class one day, and I told my professor, I said, I had a dream in French last night. She said that.
Wow,
She said that's how you know that you are fluent in French. Is when you
that's
start to dream
amazing.
like in your second language. That's how you know that you've really gotten a good grasp of that
Oh
second
my
language.
God,
But
that's
don't ask
really
me to speak
cool.
French right now because that was a really long time ago.
I'm really bad with languages. I learned, well, in school we did like French and German, but I only know like certain words. And I wish that I was one of those people who could absorb languages easily, but I'm just not one of them. And it's such a shame because it would be really nice to speak other languages. But hey, that's life. Can't have it all, right?
I think we all have like, left brain, right brain. And I do
Uh-huh.
think the brain, you either have, a strength for learning second languages or foreign languages, or you don't. Just like maybe you have a strength for being a musician or a
Hmm.
dancer, with like
Absolutely.
I think it's a different brain part that makes you stronger in those aspects. But my daughters are bilingual. They speak Spanish. Being
Oh,
in
wow.
Texas, speaking Spanish is great. And one of my daughters actually works for me here at the store, and she's been able to
Ah,
communicate for me with some of our Spanish speaking customers.
what a
And so
great
it's been great.
idea.
Yeah, but no one's speaking French, so I could maybe try to get by, but it's mostly Spanish speakers and English speakers here in Texas.
Sure. Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Texas, so
Yes.
obviously when I visited, I was like amazed at how humid it is. I love
Yes.
the heat, so I
Yes.
found it great. Um, but obviously, I did ballet there, and I went to Ballet Austin actually for some classes. That was really good.
Yes, they're
And
fantastic.
obviously, it's great in Texas because of course the studios are all air cons anyway, so
Hmm.
it's wonderful. Mr. Grishko speaking French to you in
Uh-oh,
the
I
comments.
can't see the comments. I'll have to
He
reply. I'll have to
speaks
get my
French.
French English dictionary and reply later.
um, yeah, so yeah, it's nice that the studios in Texas have aircon because over here it's not really a known thing, obviously, because England isn't that hot. Well, in the summer it can be, but not to the degree of Texas. But of course, with it being humid, it means that you might want to offer your dancers our Tropicana paste
Yes,
option
I'm
in the
so
point
glad you brought
shoes.
that up. Yes, talk to us more about that Tropicana or Tropicana, we would say in Texas. Tell us a
So
little bit
basically,
more about that.
for the viewers watching as well, we have different pastes in our point shoes. And let me just grab an actual point shoe. That would help, wouldn't it? So the paste varies in models. And for example, here's a Nova. And the paste in this one is the lightweight kind of flexible paste, as you can see. But if you have a dancer who's in humid climate, and say, for example, she's wearing one of the shoes with this flexible paste, it will start to get soggier quicker with the humidity. So by going with Tropicana paste option, it means that she's going to get, or he's going to get, longer lifespan out of the box and the platform because the Tropicana paste can deal with the humidity. And when it dries out, it goes back to its shape quicker, and it won't, with the other pastes, if they're in humid conditions, they tend to take longer to dry out.
Right.
So, in that situation, some dancers end up having to rotate shoes more often. But if a dancer obviously doesn't want to rotate shoes, doing Tropicana paste means, she's still going to get a longer lifespan out of her box and platform of her shoe. So it's a wonderful option to have. For people wondering if you should do that option if you're in a colder country, no, because it will be too solid and it will feel very uncomfortable. Sometimes, however, if you get a dancer that's very sweaty and tends to destroy the box and platform quicker, sometimes opting to Tropicana for that is great. Also, we have the drying inserts that go inside the box, and they draw out all the moisture. So what I tell you what I see often as a fitter, and it's people come to me not being fitted by me before. They get their old point shoes out and they're in plastic bags. They have the toe pads stuffed inside. And obviously, first of all, I say to them, guys, why are you storing your toe pads in your point shoes, and why are you storing them in a plastic bag? And when I tell them they should be airing their shoes out after wear and that the drying inserts would help, they were like, wow, like mind blown. And it it amazes me that so many teachers haven't warned their students about it either, you know. But yeah, the drying inserts are also fabulous too.
I think Peter sent me some of those, and that's one thing that really interested me. Like you said, being in a hot, humid climate. Today it's only about 81 degrees and it's a beautiful day, but I believe last week, one day, we actually reached into the lower 90s, which is unseasonably warm. But yes, those inserts would be key here in Texas. And I always remind the girls, don't put your toe pads inside your shoes.
Yes.
And keep them in their mesh bag. Don't put your mesh bag down into your dance bag. Hang up your mesh bag.
Absolutely. And sometimes I get like, it's really funny. Sometimes the parents will say to me, no, they haven't been getting their shoes out their dance bag. They've been leaving them in. And then the dancer sits there like trying to be like, I do get them out. And they don't. So I always try to give them that gentle reminder, because at the end of the day, you know, we want their shoes to last, because it saves their parents money as well.
Right.
But yeah, I love the heat and I love Texas. So hopefully I'll be back someday. It was really cool to also, what I really liked about Ballet Austin when I went was the amount of adult classes. There were so many.
They have a great adult program. Yes,
they do. Wonderful.
Yeah, we actually have a local studio here that has a lot of adult classes. They have like punch cards where you can like buy a punch card and drop in. I actually started taking ballet there just before.
Nice.
I did a trial class and loved it. And we do a picture series every year at back to school when our little ones come in and get their first pair of ballet shoes, and we take their picture with a little sign that says "My First Ballet Shoes." My staff took my picture of me holding the sign that says "My First Ballet Shoes."
That's so cute.
I haven't had the bravery to post that on social media yet, but I may have to pull that out soon.
Oh, that's so cute. And you know what I've noticed through doing these Meet the Retailer streams, I've noticed a lot of you guys have the first point shoes sign as well.
I have that as well, officially on point.
I've got to get one of those, because I never thought about that.
I'll have to make you one and send it to you. I'll make you one and ship it to you.
Because I never thought about that. Then I saw a lot of you guys are doing that, and I was like, oh my God, that's so cute. Why did I not think of that?
Well, and here, like, I have some first-time girls coming in this weekend, and they, you know, it's a family affair. Grandmother, mother, daughter, like, they want to come in together because it's a really special time for them. I had a family back in maybe January, February, a local girl, she brought her mom, her dance teacher, and her grandmother. And her grandmother is actually a studio owner and dance teacher in another part of Texas.
Nice.
I was a little nervous, I won't lie, because, you know, I had 4 clients. I had the dancer, I had the teacher, I had the mother and the grandmother. So I had 4 clients that day to keep happy.
Oh my gosh.
But it was a beautiful experience. It was so much fun. It was a great day. It was a lot of fun. Everybody had a great time that day, and she ended up in some great shoes, and she's been very happy. So,
oh, love it.
Yeah.
Abigail Kirkpatrick, she says, I've been in different brands for 5 years, never finding the perfect fit. I just got my first pair of Nikolay 3007 and I'm in love. Fantastic. That's so exciting when you find shoes that you love after trying so many. I totally understand that feeling. I've been there. It's so nice when you find that pair that just, speaking of 3007, we all know how much I love it anyway. I won't delve into that bit, but I just got my own custom pair because I wanted to tweak a few things about them.
Oh, show
I
me.
will put some
Yes.
pictures up soon, but I'll just grab them.
Yes, please.
So I went for a V-bump instead because I like a V-bump. I cut it down half a centimetre, sorry. So I just wanted it a little bit shorter. I went for vegan sole. And I did a bit of a higher wing because I got bunions that were kind of, once I wore the shoe, they started to ooze out the side. It wasn't attractive. So I did that. I made the heel a little bit higher by half a centimetre because I found that personally for my foot, I just wanted it a slightly bit higher. I also went for a medium shank, but I got them to cut the shank where I wanted it because I like to 3/4 the shanks. So at 13.5 centimetres, I had them cut it. So it goes into my arch better, as you can see. I really like that. And I got them yesterday and I tried them on, and like, yeah, it made a big difference to have those
like the aha
customizations.
moment, right? Like that aha moment, or angels singing, like it was that beautiful moment.
It's like, it's amazing because 3007 works out the bag for me anyway, but I just wanted to perfect it more. Which reminds me, tomorrow we are doing another seminar for retailers, and it's going to be all about custom Nikolay point shoes. Why you would need to do a custom, what's great about it, the options, how to determine if someone needs it or if it's just like a kind of look of the shoe that they want to tweak. And it's going to be tomorrow. So
I will be there.
It's on my calendar. Yay, excellent.
I'll be there.
Look forward to it.
And I'm excited because, like, I think you guys touched on that at the last retailer call, that your customs, there's not a super long turnaround time for your customs. You guys have a very reasonable timeline for customs.
Absolutely. Like, for example, I used to get dancers, some pro dancers in certain other brands that would be really angry because there'd be a big backlog of getting their customs. And when you're a professional and you're used to a shoe and you try to wear something else that isn't yours, it does not feel right, and it can really affect their dancing. So when I convert them to Nikolay point shoes and show them that it's quicker turnaround time, but also we have much more variation, over 12,000 variations, and the amazing different strengths that we have, they are converted. It's really nice when you can convert someone, because not only does it mean they get their shoes quicker and it looks better, but it also means their feet are healthier. Because, oh my goodness, I have had some professionals I've fitted that their feet are atrocious, and that's scary. You know, they're on point for so many hours.
So many hours every day.
It's just worrying that people go through this and they think it's normal when it's not normal. Like I said on Monday in one of the streams, I mentioned about how sometimes I go to schools and the principals will say, oh, you know, girls, expect to have pain with your point shoes. And I'm like, wait a minute.
It doesn't have to be painful.
No.
It doesn't have to be painful.
I think that's really important as a fitter, that we tell people that, you know, with Nikolay point shoes, our goal is to keep feet healthy and to also ensure that dancers are supported, and the shoes last them well and look beautiful, of course. Because another thing is, some people are in a shoe that, you know, just looks ugly. It should look part of your leg line. It should be part of you as a dancer, not an extension, not this bulky.
Right. No gapping, no sagging.
It should be sleek and feel great.
Exactly. Well, we're excited to get your point shoes. Obviously the Smart Points and the 3007s. Talk to me a little bit about the Maya, because I know one of my teachers might actually be watching, and that was one of the ones that she was interested in learning more about.
So, do you know what? Today I actually did an exciting video for YouTube, which I'll be putting on YouTube and IGTV. And it's all about the Foite last and the models built on Foite. And of course, Maya 1 features. But yeah, let me just grab a Maya so I can show you more. So Maya 1 is also one of my personal favorites that I wear often. I usually have it custom. Off the peg, it looks like this. It's very beautiful. It's same shape as Foite. So we have the V-shaped vamp here. The vamp height is medium. So it's great for people with medium to shorter length toes. Sometimes dancers with longer toes can get away with it. Just depends. If their toes are too long, they're going to spill out. So that's when a custom would be great, or switching to a different model. We also have the difference between this one and fouette. It's a machine stitch sole, and it can come in vegan option. It also features a different shank to fouette. It's an easier roll through shank, and it also is more lightweight than fouette model. The paste is the fouette paste. It's the classic smart paste. Still adapts to the foot beautifully, even after one wear. We also have a generous heel height and side quarters here. Profile height is medium like fouette. So with profile height, of course, if someone has a low profile, it's going to be drowning them. So you just have to be careful about that part. It has a beautiful platform. This is a size 4 in a 4X, and it's very rounded, very flat. Great for balance.
Love that.
I also love the fact that with these shanks, can you see how it wants to suck into the arch? This is a medium.
Yeah.
It's a very nice,
the
pliable
medium shank.
Yeah, I tend to stock it in medium mostly. On occasion, I might get some softs in, but I tend to find in Maya 1, the medium works on a great array of strengths of foot and arch. Of course, if someone is, if someone's got quite weak feet, then they would do better in the softer version or the Pro Flex version. And if someone's, you know, you just have to play around with shanks, because shanks are very personal, but also it's to do, of course, with the arch and the strength of the dancer and what she's dancing. In my video, I also mentioned how to choose a shank, because I thought that was quite important to help people with. So yeah, my one is lovely. It comes with a drawstring now. It never used to. So if people don't want the drawstring, you just put it out, basically. So yeah,
and
I'm a big fan
are doing, have you switched to elastic drawstrings? Has that happened yet?
Yeah, they're going to be putting elastic drawstrings in all the models in the US, as far as I'm aware. Peter will let us know. Peter's watching, he'll let us know about that bit. So then Maya 1 also comes in Pro. So what Pro means is sound absorption. So in the platform and pleats, we have a technology where the shoe isn't as noisy. Also in the Pro, it has a little bit more generous flexibility in the shank and in the box paste. Can you see the box paste is a little bit more?
It's more pliable. Yeah.
Peter's just confirmed to us about the elastic drawstrings, by the way.
And I think I saw someone asking for more info about the Triumph after with the Maya. I would love to hear about the Triumph too.
Sure, I'll get onto that in a moment then.
Oh yeah,
it's another good one to talk about, actually.
Good.
As long as I'm not boring everybody, because
not at all.
I don't want to bore anybody.
Not at all.
So with the Pro is sound absorption, and as I spoke about, we get a little bit more flexibility in the shoe. So Pro is a great option for people that want the quieter version of the shoe, a little bit more flexibility. If they want even more flexibility, then we can go to the Pro Flex. I don't have a brand new Pro Flex to show you in the Maya 1, so I've got a very tatty one of my own.
That's okay.
This is a medium.
It's got lots of miles, so to speak. You've used it well.
Can you see how flexible the Pro Flex and the medium is? It's really, really bendy. Now, granted, I have worn this a few times, but even when it's new, it's very flexible. In the Pro Flex, soft, medium, hard. Now, personally, I have not noticed much difference between the medium and hard. Obviously, with this kind of shank, approach it with caution. You don't want to give it to someone who kills shoes quickly. You don't want to give it to someone who wants a workhorse shoe. It's great for performance. It's great for an exam. It's great for a quick, ready-to-wear version of Maya 1. Of course, has sound absorption as well, just like the Pro. Yeah, so that's the variations of Maya 1. Also, I forgot to say, in the traditional, we can get super soft, soft, medium, hard, super hard. Usually the super hard is on request. Again, it's only up to 2 weeks, so not a worry. Yeah, it's a lovely, lovely shoe. Okay, so I'll grab you a Triumph.
Thank you.
One sec.
It's like my own personal training with you.
Hang on. Okay, so baby cat, I'm about to talk about the Triumph. Hope you're still here, otherwise you can watch my YouTube video, which I will edit later on. So with the Triumph, again, built on fouette last. However, we have the outer sole is hand sewn, just like flotte. As you can see, this kind of sole keeps the layers of the shank together because the shank is a thicker construction. However, it has a really, really generous bend. This is a medium. Can you see that? That is really flexible at the 3/4 area. It's a very lightweight shoe, and here's where it gets very different. The paste is a lot more flexible. It's the lightweight paste. So it adapts to the foot even faster, but it also retains its shape. It has a broader platform than Maya 1 and Flotte.
That's nice.
And again, same profile because it's made on the same last. It also has an easier roll through because the layers of the shank are more flexible. And again, it comes in Pro. It doesn't come in Pro Flex because, oh my gosh, like this is flexible already. So personally for me, if you get someone who likes a bit firmer feeling in the shank, they might like the hard rather than the medium. Okay. Because as you can see, this medium is very flexible. It also features longer wings at the sides here. Nice. So the wing comes up higher. So that provides really good support when you're on point. And it's really nice for obviously people with bunions, but also it's great for dancers that have a more flexible foot because higher wings give them more stability. Yes. Then we'll get on to one of my other favourites, which is Super Triumph. So this is part of the same family. Super Triumph is the upgraded version of Triumph. And in this one, this is where it gets different. The shanks are made of thermo materials and it comes in non-pre-arched and pre-arched. Personally, I stock the pre-arched because my dancers prefer that. The reason they prefer it, it's more ready to wear and it's great for a variety of arches and foot strength. So this is soft, believe it or not. In the soft, it's quite sturdy, but it still has that lovely generous bend at the 3/4. Again, we have hand sewn sole, so it can't come vegan. What is also lovely about this one is we have the lovely padding on the inside, which is the padding that they use in Dream Point 2007, also known as Allure, but it also features in Miracle as well. So it's this lovely plush inner sole here. And we've got a little, in the bottom there, we've got a little toe squishy. Like the cushion, like the, yeah, like a nice little cushion. Nice. Then we get, the wing is just a little bit more higher than the standard Triumph. And we also got an even broader platform. So if I was to compare that to Triumph, same size and width shoes, by the way. Can you see the difference? Yes, yes. It's there, and I can feel it on point as well. What also people like about the pre-arched version is due to the technologies in the thermoplastic shanks, they last longer. If you have a dancer, let me give you an example of my own experience. If I have a dancer that loves Triumph, but they feel that even in the hard option, they're going through it a little bit quicker due to the strength of their foot or their arch, they will prefer to switch over to the Super Triumph because due to the technologies and the construction, it lasts longer, like a lot longer. So it's a great point about Super Triumph. I see a comment from one of my sweet dance moms, Ari Jones. Her daughter Zoe has one of those super flexible feet. Yes. And I think she's questioning if maybe one of these would be an option for her dancer. She's got like what we call the banana foot. Yeah, of course. I fitted loads of those. Yes. Often what I end up doing with those feet is a custom order most of the time. However, there are instances where this shoe can work for that. But what you want to be cautious of is it's a medium vamp. So yes, if they have the long toes to go with their flexibility, or if they've got a very flexible foot but not the strength to go with it, they might find they go over too much in this one, even in the harder shank. So just kind of try it on them and see. If you find that you could make it work by making the vamp higher or adding extra paste or whatever, then so be it. But yeah, I have had dancers who are banana foot who can wear it because also one of the common problems with the banana foot is often the shank will twist off because the arches are so dramatic and the foot is so flexible. It's like the foot almost bends in half. Yes. And just like exactly. And sometimes the shank snaps because it can't handle the arch. So with these kind of pre-arch shanks, it can suck right into the sweet spot of their arch and it can distribute the weight evenly. So they're less likely to snap. And it's kind of similar to a 3/4 shank in a way, because often feet like that have a 3/4 shank or even a half shank if it's that dramatic, depending what they're doing. So yeah, it's been a wonderful addition to have that in Super Triumph, without a doubt. Also, of course, if a dancer is a beginner but they've got a very well trained foot and they are strong enough, they can wear this model too. I've had success with beginners in it also. And one last thing to mention before I go on and on is the fact that in the thermo models, with our technologies, we wanted to bring out shoes that are not fully plastic like some certain brands. We wanted to have modern technologies, but we wanted to keep the traditions of the box and the platform, so it's got the best of both worlds. By doing that, we're ensuring that we're thinking about the health and safety of the dancer,
yes,
and ensuring that she also gets the beautiful line of the shoe, because it still looks like a traditional pointe shoe, and it is a traditional pointe shoe. The only thing that's different is, of course, thermo technologies in the shank and the padding on the inside. But if a dancer was on stage wearing this, you wouldn't know that it has those technologies, because it looks fully traditional, which is wonderful, because some teachers are not okay with any modern technology, but when they see this shoe and they don't realize, and they see how great it is, they're like, oh, hang on a minute, we're up for that.
That's great. That's great. I think that when I'm writing my order, I'm going to have to FaceTime you or Zoom with you. So
yes, you can definitely. That'd be great. And then what the great thing is once lockdown is over, I can actually have dancers round, so I can show people, you know, what they look like on different feet, how they react to different feet, and ask the dancer questions and get her to speak to the viewers about her personal findings. Because of course, everyone feels something different on pointe. This is what I love about pointe shoe fitting, is the fact that everyone has their own individual things they're looking for from a shoe. I mean, not so much beginners per se, but once someone's been on pointe for at least a year, they kind of get a gist of what they're requiring. And I love how pointe shoes work with different choreography. And I just find it so interesting. There's always so much to learn. And, you know, like I tell everybody, I don't know it all. I'm still learning too.
Well,
and
you're a great
great
teacher. You're a great, you've been so informative, and like, you know, I've watched the other Instagram lives that you've done with other retailers, and you're a wealth of knowledge and information about your shoes.
Oh, thanks.
So you will be hearing from me. Don't worry. You'll be hearing from me with questions, just to make sure that I'm ordering what I think would work well for my dancers.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's great when like you've worn all the shoes as well, because you can kind of give the retailer an idea of how it's going to affect the kind of feet that they get in their store, if that makes sense.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, you're not still open. You have a store in England, right? But you're not open right now because of closures?
Yeah, so basically I'm a mobile fitter, so I travel to dance schools and dancers' homes all around the UK, but I have a fitting room at home as well, so people come to me, which is great.
Nice.
But yeah, so right now people have been coming over to pick up stuff, but I've had to leave it on the doorstep, and I've been mailing stuff out, and I've been doing some virtual fittings. I mean, obviously virtual fittings are not the same, but I've actually had really good success with them. It's actually surprised me, because I wasn't aware how much I could look at someone over the internet and realize what was going on with them and be able to give them advice. So actually it kind of surprised me. Being able to help people from afar has been great, because, you know, I don't want people to be dancing in dead shoes, but also I don't want people to, you know, it's sad. There are instances where people just don't have a store nearby, which is tragic, because the importance of keeping feet healthy on pointe is priority.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't want them dancing in dead shoes, but you don't want them ordering online and dancing in wrong shoes either.
No, oh my God.
Neither one is ideal.
Have you ever had customers say to you, oh, well, you know, we'll just order something on Amazon or whatever, and it's just like, oh my God, don't you realize they all fit different?
It's like, you know, I try not to take it personally. It doesn't happen very often. And I do get that sometimes we do have back orders from some of our manufacturers. And it is kind of a knife to the heart, if you will, when you have someone, oh, I got this online and it didn't work, so we came in, or, oh, you don't have it because it's on back order, so we'll go find it elsewhere. But I try not to take that personally, but it sometimes stings a little.
Mm-hmm. We've got 2 minutes left on this. For some,
Okay.
that went really quick. I can't believe it.
I know. So I want you to come to Texas and come see me next time you're here for the
Yes,
show,
I
the
would
Great
love
Fun
to
Show.
come
I
back.
hope that
It
you
would
can
be
make it for
amazing.
Yes.
So what's your website address so we can let everybody know?
Yeah, it's attitudedanceboutique.com. And we also have a very active Facebook page, Attitude Dance Boutique. And then, of course, everybody sees here, Attitude BCS here on Instagram. They can tune in and see all of our fun Tutu Tuesday pictures I was telling you about earlier with all of our
yes, definitely.
Yeah, I've seen a few of the previews and they are stunning. It's been such a fun project and very heartwarming. It was a very uplifting Sunday afternoon or evening. It was perfect.
Just what everybody needs, right?
We do. You know, the kids can't see their teachers in class and the teachers are missing their students. And, you know, I'm missing my customers and friends, but, you know, we've gotten good news from our governor recently. So I feel like we have a light at the end of the tunnel here in Texas.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mr. Grishko. Mr. Grishko is thanking us for the
Thank you. Yes.
It's been great. So yeah, sorry if I didn't manage to answer everybody's questions, but don't worry, you can message me directly. I'll get back to you, no worries. Thanks for everyone joining in. I'm going to save it as always. I'll upload it to IGTV and to Facebook. So feel free to rewatch if you've just tuned in. Thank you so much for joining. It was great to meet you. Thank you so much. I look forward to speaking to you soon.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.